the humanitarian situation is a disaster. You have to imagine already a zone which has been, as you've recalled, under the blockade, a full blockade for over 16 years, with limited access to food, to water, to any humanitarian assistance. And now this new escalation, this new war, has created disastrous conditions for all the civilians there.
And where is there anywhere for people to actually go? There really is no safe place for civilians in Gaza.
There is no safe place. I mean, you have already the zone, one of the zones of the world with the highest density. And now you've asked, the Israeli authorities have asked half of the population of Gaza, all the northern part, to move to the south, where there is no access to water, to shelter, to food. So obviously, this is going to be not only a catastrophe, but there are going to be many civilian deaths in the upcoming days and weeks.
And Johann, you're a lawyer and a former prosecutor at the International Criminal Court. Where does Israel stand legally in terms of this planned offensive?
So I have been a prosecutor in Ukraine, but not for the International Criminal Court. But legally speaking, Israel is under the obligation, under international humanitarian law, to spare civilian life. Any violation of international humanitarian law, as what we witness right now, could constitute a war crime, and even possibly a crime against humanity. And I recall that the situation in Palestine is currently under the investigation of the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court. And so basically, the events that are unfolding right now, both in Israel and in Gaza, fall under the competence of the International Criminal Court.
And what have you made of the international response to this war? The US, for example, insisting that Israel isn't acting in retaliation in Gaza, but is acting in defense of its own people.
I mean, regardless of what has created the response, and this is a vicious circle and a wrong legal and moral argument, because we can go back even further in the past. But regardless of what has created the escalation, there is a legal duty by Israel to respect international humanitarian law. I mean, it's not because there was a war crime that you're entitled to commit war crime. This is ludicrous.
And do you believe that Israel may overstep the mark? It's impossible, obviously, at this stage to predict what exactly is going to happen over the coming days and weeks.
I mean, I'm just referring to the statement that come from the field, from news agency, from the UN, from human rights organization. By any statement, Israel right now is not respecting international humanitarian law. So I have no more information than you, but I'm looking at the video the image that I'm seeing right now, and that does not seem to comply with international humanitarian law.
Johann Soufi, thank you so much for your time on the programme. We really do appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Well,